All right, Brett. Next thing, I guess Smith Vilbert. He's leaving.
Something must have happened because winter workouts started. Maybe he started seeing the trajectory of Max Granville, and maybe another wild card right now. Let's think about it. Is what's his name? Who got number 36? He got hurt.
Who for us?
Yeah, defensive end. He started
Zariah
Fisher. Zariah Fisher would be in front of Smith Vilbert if Zariah Fisher is healthy eventually. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a defensive end prospect. Smith Vilbert, I think they wanted him to play D tackle, and maybe that's why he's hitting the portal. Because Smith Vilbert at one point, he was up to like 296, 6'7", huge body. And then once he started playing defensive end, he got down to like 275, something like that. So maybe the young guys in the defensive tackle room were flashing more. Like I said, you got Xavier Gilliam. He's going to come up. You got Ty Blanding, a couple different guys. So, but look how big he is, dude. Like, he's going to fit in somewhere. He's a seventh year player because of all his injuries, man. Remember he had 3 sacks against Arkansas in the Outback Bowl. How long ago was that? 2019? Remember that?
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's been around. I mean, maybe he wants a fresh start. It's not going to affect us. You know, it would have been nice to have him, don't get me wrong, but it's not really going to fully affect our team, I don't think. So, good luck to him.
I think Anai White might have had a bit of a impact on that. I know they're like
could be
pretty much opposite sides of the ball.
Could be him too.
But they've got Anai White, Jalen Harvey, Max Granville. Like that room they're kind of like our tight end room. It's just ridiculously stacked. Yeah. So now it's Zariah Fisher, Max Granville, Jalen Harvey.
Yep.
And then, Denai and Anai. And then Jordan Mayer. So John Mayer's brother. Yeah. We'll be okay. But there must have just been too much competition because it just doesn't make sense. When you sent me that, you're like, what the F? And I'm like, yeah, that's what I said. I was like, what?
It was weird timing, but he is a grad transfer. He can go whenever he wants. So, I mean, I get it, but maybe it was hard on him. Maybe he thought about it. He was like, well, if I'm going to go, I got to go now because it's about to be spring ball. He's got to get into a team. So it'll be interesting to see where he lands. He could land on a good team. Decent team. Anyways.
And then we had someone decommit. So I'll pull that up. 3-star receiver. But we also have a 5-star corner athlete, if you will. May 2nd is coming. Brandon Arrington.
Arrington, yep.
But yeah, we lost one of our receivers, which is again like why. I don't get it, but Jacaden Gifford has decommitted from Penn State.
Yeah,
I don't get it, man. Like, I don't get it. Is
he's
that
getting
the dude
a lot
that
of looks now.
we're watching his highlight tape? He's just a freak.
Yep.
Like, he's coming in, man. We don't have much depth at receiver. We have 2 guys that just came in that I think they're both going to be leaving, right? Kyron's gone, and then Devontae will be gone too. So, and we don't have much young talent at receiver. So, why? I don't get it.
We do. I mean, we just have to see how it works out. I mean, Peter Gonzalez, man. Peter Gonzalez, big body, 6'2". He got hurt last year as a true freshman. He wasn't going to play anyways, but he's a Pittsburgh guy. He's from Pittsburgh. His dad played in the NFL. So look out for Peter Gonzalez. Tyseer Denmark is only a redshirt freshman this year. You know what I'm saying? We got Matthew Auden, true freshman. We got Lyric Samuel, has put on a few pounds, but he's a freak from New York. And then you got Kobe Howard. Like, we're going to have a whole new room next year, and it's exciting because somebody's going to have to step up. The competition's going to be through the roof. Think about it. They're all going to want a starting spot. They're all going to be hungry and ready to go, and fresh blood, man. We'll see what happens.
Like, we have young talent. I just mean, like, there's not enough there for him to be like, I'm not going to go in there and play a lot. You know?
For who?
For Gifford. Like, for him to come in to decommit, it's like, if you come to Penn State, we have young talent, but we don't have enough where it's like he's like, I'm not going to play. Like, you were going to play, dude, you know?
Yeah, maybe he's just, reevaluating. He could still maybe come back. Possible.
Where's he from?
Indiana. State Indiana, which is random, right? We don't really recruit in Indiana too often, but Indiana's not that far away either. He's the number one player in Indiana, I think. Number one receiver, at least. Second here. Let me take a look.
Maybe it's money. I don't know. That's just totally random.
He's going to rise up the ranking, so he's going to get more looks, more offers. He recruited so early to where he might want to take a couple visits, and I don't know. It happens. We're not going to get them all. We still got Jashir Rogers, dude. So you've seen it. He's a freak. He might be the freakiest of all three of the guys that we had. And then LeVar Keys, he's more of he runs a 4.3, just like Jashir Rogers. They both run 4.3s. LeVar Keys is a smaller body too, but he can gain some weight. He's only like 5'11", just like Jashir Rogers. Though, have you seen his arms? His reach, dude. He has length like he's 6'4", but he's 5'11". That's how long his arms are. They just dangle. It's the most insane. I've never seen it. It's like a shorter version of Joey Porter, just extremely long arms. So he goes up and just grabs him, grabs the ball. That's why he's so good. Davion, there's a couple receivers we're going after.
Who else are we going after?
What's his name? Davion. It's a guy in Virginia, Davion something, man. What's his last name? No, they still have a big board of receivers. They're gonna try to get some. We'll be all right.
Well, it does kind of hurt our rankings a little bit.
Yeah, it does.
But I'm gonna pull up the rankings again real quick. So
probably like 5 now, maybe, or 6 or 7 now.
Composite rank overall 5. So we've got Matt Sig,
Kevin Brown,
safety, freak. Kevin Brown, freak, Messiah Mickens.
Messiah Mickens, if we can keep him. You got to remember, that was Coach Sider's guy. I think we'll keep him, but we'll see.
Kevin Brown and Messiah could both be 5 stars. Kevin Brown, I think, will be a 5-star.
Oh, they're insane. Yeah, they're both really good athletes.
Kevin Brown's, like, unreal.
He's nuts.
He's already strong as a freaking, like, power lifter or world's strongest man.
Yeah, Kevin Brown's a freak.
But, all right, Brett, we got other news here. So, Dan Connor is officially the linebackers coach, which makes sense. Some of you may ask, how was he not already? But, he's officially the linebackers coach. It's always good to have these alumni back. Franklin's a big alumni guy. He's all about Penn State alums coming back to coach. So he's officially the linebackers coach. Makes total sense.
Yeah.
Dan Connor, one of the best linebackers we've ever had. And, that's another thing about Franklin, man. He brings these guys back. Jordan Lucas, Trace is back now. That's another thing. Trace is back.
Yep. We'll talk about that. Yep.
And I was kind of joking because the Penn State football page are like showing us highlights, and I'm like, we remember him. We remember what he did.
I get why they posted them.
Yeah.
To go down, trip down memory lane. It's good times at Penn State. So.
He's a well-liked guy, for sure.
Oh, they love him.
So Lou Prado, Brett, I don't know if you know Lou Prado, but he passed away.
Yeah.
Local historian. Nice guy, very knowledgeable. He was in the Happy Valley documentary. He's a fierce defender of Joe Paterno. So I have a lot of respect for him. But he was in the Happy Valley doc. He's mowing his grass, and then they sat him down and just talked about all of the just horrible coverage of what happened to Joe.
Yeah.
So, but rest in peace, life. Lou Prado. What?
88. 88. He had a long life.
Yeah. I think he lived in like the Mill Hall area, I believe.
Okay.
But he had a pretty nice property where he lived. Just a little shout out to State Patties. Be safe. State College Police sent out their memo. Sent out their warning. It's always the people that come here, man, that are from another school. They think they can drink like Penn State kids, and they can't.
Yeah.
Just make fools of themselves. The first game, home game theme for 2025 been announced. October 11th, it will be homecoming. That's a good game to have it on.
Yeah. It's better than, I think, a couple of years ago, one of our homecoming games was against it
was Ohio State.
Against UMass? No, usually the homecoming games are against whatever teams for some reason. That's because obviously the big games, they want to make a stripe out, white out, stuff like that. So,
wasn't it Ohio State a couple times?
Not recently, no. Maybe in the past.
Wasn't 2016 Ohio State? I thought that was like homecoming. Maybe not. I don't know. But because that was I thought there was more people there than usual for homecoming. I don't know.
Could have been Parents' Weekend or
yeah. So.
But yeah, Trace. You talk about Trace.
Yeah, had AJ Wallace on again yesterday, so check that out. Another good interview. Talk about. I just wanted to pick his brain about. He played for Joe. Showed him the Rich Orenberger clip. It was one of his teammates on the Julian Edelman podcast, and talk about Joe. Rich was, and AJ was laughing. But
we lost.
Talked about. Huh?
We lost it for 30 seconds there. So.
What?
You it lagged out. And
oh, really?
Over. Yeah.
What? Okay. What'd you hear me at last?
About AJ Wallace playing. Say he played for Joe, and then it went out.
Yeah, we were talking about playing for Joe, and then I was kind of picking his brain a little bit about the USC loss in the Rose Bowl in 2008. What happened there, and Brett, we've talked about this. I've talked about it in the past on this podcast, the lifting program that they did. It was machine-based lifting. Didn't do a lot of free weights. He talked how they did no Olympic lifts. There was a lot of reps till failure. And he said, AJ said that made a difference between us and USC, for example.
Yeah.
Which I've said on this podcast in the past, and then to hear it from a player just kind of solidifies that. But talked about that because that was and then Iowa when they lost in 2008, he was saying how if we would have won that game, we probably would have gone to the national title and probably could have won. I said, do you think you could have beaten Oklahoma or Florida? He said, I think we could have. Yeah. Think about that. So
that's pretty cool.
But Trace, did you send me a Trace thing? I don't think. But I'll just look it up.
Yeah.
Did you get Black Ops?
Oh, no, not yet. No.
You got to get it. We can do 2-player on that. That'd be fun.
So what I was confused about
What's that?
So PS2 Dillon said he was added as some people were saying offensive analyst, but Penn State's page said assistant quarterback coach. So either way, it's not really a huge difference, but obviously he's going to help the quarterback room.
Well, the thing, when you bring back these alumni, Deion Barnes, Jordan Lucas, Dan Connor, Trace, like someday, Trace could be a quarterback coach or an OC.
Yeah.
I mean, Joe Moorhead was his coach. Like, that would be amazing if that would. Yeah, and he has that NFL experience. Deion, again, alumni, started out low tier. Now he's the D-line coach. Dan Connor, I can see him being a DC as long as he doesn't do like a scrap defense.
Yeah.
Even Deion, I think, could be a DC. I wish we could get Larry Johnson or Elijah Moore, that dude right, Elijah Moore, the D line coach from Texas A&M.
Oh, okay.
Played under Larry Johnson, and then he got Walter Norland to come to Texas A&M, and now he's the DC of Syracuse. Yeah, I think it's Elijah Moore. But yeah, so I think Thon got a record $17 million. That's a lot.
It was almost $1 million more than last year. Yep.
Shout out to them. There's Donka.
Yep.
Dude, that girl's like a football next to him.
Right.
Look at his hand, dude. It's like bigger than her whole head.
But what I was going to say about them bringing in Trace is there's no limit now in college football on how many jobs there is on a team. So, like, you can bring as many GAs, analysts that you want. It's up to the school to
it's up to your budget.
Yeah, to the budget to simulate the funds to spread it out. So you can have as many coaches as you want, and they can all coach now. They're not just behind the scenes. A lot of them are going to be behind the scenes, but Trace can actually coach like a coach now. And this is a good, and let's not think he's going to be fantastic at first. It's going to be a learning curve, but just having a guy with that moxie in the room, a veteran player who played in the NFL and college football, is a winner. It's a very good thing. Now, people are overreacting to where they think Drew Aller is going to turn into Trace McSorley with the same moxie and everything. Like, that's not the case, right? But Trace has different perspectives, and coming up under Joe Moorhead and now having Kotelnicki, those are similar schemes. So it's very good to see.
Yeah, so Aller was not teammates with Trace, but Clifford was, and Clifford was teammates with Aller. I can even see him bringing Clifford back. Yeah. I think even as a coach, he'd probably throw an interception, but
no,
I can see him bringing him back.
No, you're over.
But yeah, because I've said this before, man. I was talking to someone yesterday. I said, I forget to coach his name. He's a quarterback coach. He coached, like, I think Andrew Luck and Peyton Manning, and he was the quarterback coach when like John O'Corn from the Huntington High School and Wilton Spate were the quarterbacks in Michigan. And he had so much experience that he could make even Wilton Spate look good. And he wasn't that good. John O'Corn, he comes from a small school, man, in Central PA. Like, that kid, there's not a lot of D1 quarterbacks from Central PA.
No.
So I wish Aller kind of had a guy like that, but with Danny O'Brien, and because I think Aller just needs a coach that has more experience, because he just needs more confidence.
Yeah.
And, it is what it is, man. I mean, it's no knock on either of them. I just wish they had like a Bruce Arians type or Ken Wisenhunt type of guy to kind of mentor him. But with Trace and Danny O'Brien, I think that's going to be a good combo there. Trace knows how to win.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And he's been in the NFL since 2019, right?
2018, I think, right?
He was there in 2018.
So
he was only a sophomore when they won the Big Ten title.
Yeah, 2019 draft then. Yeah. So he was in the NFL for like 5 years. Yeah.
And I think he could have been a starter somewhere. I don't know how it didn't work out that way. He was good. Like
Yeah.
he could have. I think he could have been a starter. Very dynamic. He came in against the Steelers one time and did really good.
Yep.
So
he played against I think it was Tom Brady at that one game. He played really well against Tom Brady when Tom Brady was on the Buccaneers. Hockey Valley.
Hockey beats number 2 Minnesota. They play again tonight.
Sweep them.
That place is loud.
Dude, look how awesome the whiteout is there, man. I want to go to one. That's a sick ice rink too. Look at it.
Yeah, we should go. We should go to one.
I'm down.
That's the thing, man. Like basketball, can you imagine what that would be like if like they actually started winning like decently?
Yeah. Well,
that would be the BJC would like freaking
should be
collapse.
Maryland today. We lost. We were winning. We were up 6 at the half to a ranked Maryland team, and crap the bed in the second half, like we always do. So.
All right, so I'm Polish, but this isn't why I'm pulling this up. A bear joined the Polish army in 1942.
What?
Carried artillery shells, drank beer, and was officially enlisted as a soldier.
What? That's wild.
You know, I've wondered that, like, train some like bears, alligators, if you can. Train like freaking like cheetahs. Just train them and then send them into battle, bro. Like, you don't have a chance, you know?
Yeah.
Grizzly bears? Are you kidding me? Polar bears are the most vicious ones, but freaking train some animals and put them in, you know, to fight wars and stuff. What are you going to do if a big grizzly bear is running at you? Especially with a gun.
Yeah.
You know?
That's what I'm saying.
But I thought that was interesting.
That's
so, yeah,
cool.
hockey upsets number 2. They just beat number 1, I think, Michigan State.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no reason why we should have been ranked 15th. That's a joke.
Well,
we
that's
should have
the
been
thing.
top
I think it's
10
their
last
record.
week. Huh?
I think it's their record. That's why. That's what's holding them
We
back.
started off a little shaky, but we're a top 10 team. Like, it's about what we're doing now. You know what I'm saying? We just swept a couple different teams. We'll be in the top 10 if we win the night, I think.
Mm-hmm.
We're the hottest team in the country right now, so.
Yeah, they're doing good, man. So final topic here, Brett.
Mm-hmm.
To, you know, kind of end off. I think we're good on topics and everything. We'll catch up after, Brett. But Black Ops 6. Get that. Whoever comments on this episode, make sure Brett gets Black Ops 6.
It's $70, isn't it? I'll wait till it goes on sale and I'll buy it. Because I just can't. Unless it's college football, like I'll pay full price for that because it's college football. But
yeah. Talk about
old
school,
like
man.
Black Ops, there'll be a sale. You already know it on the PlayStation Store.
Yeah.
You have PlayStation, right? Not Xbox.
When Grand Theft, when GTA 6 comes out, I'm getting that. I think that's in
the
October.
Summer. Sometime in the summer, yeah.
Okay. And then so that's coming out. And then we've got what we used to do every single year. Okay. I still play NCAA 08 on PS2. And I import the players from Penn State, and you do recruiting, you do everything. It's awesome. Yeah. Put it into Madden, and I do that. AJ Wallace is one of my starting corners. I forgot to tell him that. And Justin King, and I got it's stacked, dude. You know, it's like Ray Maluga, Dan Connor.
Yeah.
Who's your running back? My running back right now is. It was CJ Spiller because he was the fastest guy. I can't remember. I think it's CJ Spiller right now just because he was the fastest guy. Yeah. I had Reggie Bush. Tim Tebow's my quarterback. And then Derek Williams. I got Derek Williams. The dude from Florida. The Florida receiver, number 1, when Tim Tebow played.
I'm trying to think who that was.
Percy Harvin. So I got Percy Harvin. I got Derek Williams and someone else. And then I got like some Penn State offensive linemen. I had Gerald McCord. I had Jalen Harvey from Florida as one of my DNs. But most of my whole NFL team is like Penn State guys, you know?
That's great.